Zoe, I'm going to make you a ramen soup.
Oh, I love ramen soup. It's beautiful.
It's the sort of thing, if you're at a Japanese ski field and you go to the little kiosk that they've got there, they make some of the best ramen on earth. And I think this is a variation of it. This is my own little thing that I put together. But I'm sure you're going to love this. A lot of ingredients, but they're simple ingredients. Now, I'm going to make a pork ramen.
Okay.
I've got some ginger, shallot and garlic. And what I'm going to do is crush that down so we can just get the pork sautéing off. And I'll just do a little bit of this all together.
These are such beautiful aromatic flavours. I love ginger, garlic, you know, it's so simple.
They work well together, especially with pork. Now, I've got something else there, and have a look at this. That's
a big punch of chilli by the look of things.
It's chilli, but it's a red bean paste with chilli in it, so it's got a bit of kick to it, and you know, it makes the pork really, really tasty.
It does have some serious kick to it, actually.
It has. It's gonna hurt a lot, this one. Now, I've got some extra virgin olive oil in there. I'm going to throw in my pork. I'll put a little bit of olive oil in there, so it sort of falls apart a little bit. Often mince will stick together. So you want to have a little bit of oil in there. That'll help to actually make it break apart. Now, I've got one of these great little spoons there, and I'll just stir it around a little bit. Wow, this is hot.
Yeah,
and I'll just sort of break it up. Now, I'm just going to cook this really, really quickly. It doesn't take long at all. I've got some salt in there and some of this red bean paste. There we go, about 2 tablespoons of that. Like I said, it's going to hurt.
You'll be okay, all right?
You're going to be fine, little bubs. We'll just have a little bit of some soy sauce in there. And give that a little bit of a toss like that. You can see it doesn't take very long at all. Make sure all those lumps are broken up. There's nothing raw in there at all. Look at that. Doesn't take long at all.
I can feel the baby kicking right now. I think it's either excited or a little nervous.
Well, it's probably picking up on all my energy, just jumping around and getting excited. Little Bubs there. I can't wait for little Bubs to come out. Now, I'm going to put this in the bowl that's right in front of me here, just to let it sit and wait for the rest of it.
It smells good, I've got to say. There's some good flavours coming out of that.
It's got some guts to it. Now, what I'm going to do is get you to slice up some of this bok choy here, some of these mushrooms, and these spring onions here. If you can slice that up there. And what we'll do is we'll get on with the noodles. These are ramen noodles, of course, because we're making ramen, and they've got these little tags. Make sure you take these little tags off. Very, very important.
It sounds silly, but we've all done it.
It doesn't taste that good with these little plastic things on them. What they do is they actually hold it together so they don't spread out all over the bench. My water's boiling. In go my ramen noodles. These cook really quickly in about 2 minutes. So I'll make sure I've got some salt in here and I've got my wooden spoon ready. Just give that a bit of a stir. They won't take long. Now, the other thing I've got here is some chicken stock.
Okay.
I've got a little bit of soy sauce in there to give it some flavour, but it's a great chicken stock.
Lovely. And that's a homemade chicken stock? So simple, such a simple thing to do.
It is a simple thing to do, and I always make my own chicken stocks. Now, there's something else that I want to show you that I've made, which is pretty simple to make. It's basically sesame paste, and this is what they call the tear. This is what you put into the bowl and whisk in the stock to make it nice and creamy.
So, Adrian, what's different to something like tahini, which is also sesame paste? Does that have other things added to it?
I've added some soy sauce to it, some chili oil to it, a little bit of garlic and a little bit of ginger in there, and pureed up. It's going to have some kick to it. So I can get that chili oil. You can taste that chili oil, can't you?
Adrian, that's got so much.
It has got kick to it. Now, you've got the vegetables there. What I'm going to do is the snow peas and the mushrooms.
Nice,
you like it, don't you? I'm going to put them straight into the actual chicken stock there to give them a quick blanch.
Lovely.
I'm going to get you, pass me those 2 bowls over there. That's it, bring them in. And I'm going to add some of this tear to the bottom of the bowl. About a tablespoon is all you need in the bottom here. And this is what makes it nice and creamy and gives it a lovely sort of flavour. Now, with
more chilli.
We need lots of chilli, don't we? And with my ladle here, I'm going to whisk some of that in, or I'm going to put this in here, and you're going to whisk it over there. So whisk. And you'll see the creamy sort of taste that I'm talking about.
And straight away gets that sort of milky colour.
That's what you want. It's the same sort of method as using miso. It's just a nice way of doing it with the sesame seeds. Makes it a little bit different.
And a little sweeter as well, because there is a natural bit of sweetness in the sesame.
There we go. Now I'm going to put it on the side there. I'm going to get you to put that in the centre in a second. Now my noodles here, here's my tongs. I've got stuff everywhere.
You do.
There we go. I've got my noodles there, just about there. Look at that, they're ready. I'm going to put them in the bottom of my bowl straight away like that. You might want to put them in a colander and strain them off, but I reckon these will be a cracker.
This is really all about having this stuff ready to go. You know, a lot of prepping sounds like this is where this is going to work best for you, because it's going to be bit chaotic otherwise.
That's what it's all about. I might look chaotic sometimes, but it's all about the organisation and setting up.
There's organisation in your head, I know that.
There we go. Now what I want you to do is start arranging some of the vegetables on there and some of the shoots, and I'll put another little ladle of this stock straight on there. Chicken stocks are the most important part of a kitchen. That's what holds the whole thing together. There we go, a little bit on each. There we go, a little bit more stock there.
Excellent.
And this is where we start assembling it all. Some coriander on there. Here we go, some coriander on yours, some spring onions that are already sliced like that. Some of these little snow pea shoots here, nice and fresh on the side there. And this is where you can spend a little bit of time, I suppose, or a minute or so, getting it nice and tasty and looking good.
It looks really beautiful. There's just so much diversity in the colour and the texture and...
You're saying all the wonderful things to me. Now, if you get those, 2 of those eggs there,
Yep.
I'm going to get you to slice them in half. Now, they're soft-boiled, which means...
So I'm not going to be able to have this one, unfortunately.
Well, maybe none for you. You don't put eggs in yours. I'll put some deep-fried
Even
shallots
though
in
I
yours.
would love it.
And some toasted sesame seeds on top there. Look at
Perfectly cooked.
that. You would love one of them, wouldn't you?
I would love to eat my
That's my
soft
one
boiled
there.
egg.
And I've also got some of these bamboo shoots.
yeah,
so I'll
bring
put some of
that on.
those ones on there.
Yeah.
Nice and healthy. All the things you want to eat. And we just need a little bit of pork on here. Some for me. There we go. And some for you.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
A little
This
bit more for me.
has got a lot of guts to it.
Oh, look at that. Let's pick it up. You can smell it. You can smell all the flavour coming out of there.
I really like that broth, Jim. It's beautiful. I want to get a little bit more of that sesame flavour because I think that... Oh, that's
Works, isn't it?
really lovely. It's
Tasty.
I mean, it's got some serious chilli in it, but I do love the chilli. Good for metabolism. She's going to be all right with it.
She's going to be wiggling around all night, just kicking and not moving around.
around.
It's a great dish, simple dish. I can't wait to see your dish, and I can't wait to try my custard.